From what I've seen lately, the Olympics are the only thing that like still launch you into stardom the way a bunch of other things used to.
And I say Sophia, and they're like, oh, Sophia, that's a pretty name. But every time they repeat it back, it's Sophia.
Sophia. You know what else is an ick for grown women? Is they don't know how to run.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Hits podcast. My name is Sophia. That's my brother Oscar. Oscar, say hi. Oscar hates you guys, but that's okay. This is a Hits podcast. HTS, no I. Let's get into it. Oscar, what do you have to say for today's podcast? As you guys can tell, I'm the one. I like how I ask you a question and then immediately keep talking. But as you guys can tell, I'm doing the introduction because Oscar is eating. And also Oscar is feeling under the weather today, guys. So we're going to be extra nice to him. And by we, I mean me. And then gonna be, I mean try to be.
For one, Sophia's going to talk the majority of the episode.
I'm going to talk the majority of the episode. I made pozole, guys. Do you know what pozole is? It's soup. It's so weird. Pozole doesn't like pozole or menudo. Like when I was trying to explain it to like my coworkers who aren't like Mexican, they're like, what is it? I'm like, oh, like, and then I was like showing them the picture. I was like, this is what it is. And they're like, oh, so soup? And I was like, no. And then I was just like, actually, yeah, I think so. But it doesn't feel like soup, right? Because like to me, when I think of soup, I think of like chicken.
You're like, soup is for white people.
Oh my God, is that what I thought?
I think it is. I think subconsciously.
I apologize. But I have thus...
Like, think of it like, name another Mexican soup.
Albóndigas, like the caldo.
Caldo, albóndigas, yeah. But if people ask you to name soups, those aren't the ones you're going to name.
Yeah, no, I'll name chicken noodle soup. I'll name broccoli and cheddar. I'll name tomato soup.
That's all white people shit. Ah, it's so funny.
Anyways, I got low-key offended, and then I was like, why are you getting offended? And then I really thought about it. I was like, it is soup, but it doesn't feel like soup. So, yeah. But I made pozole. So, back to that. Pozole, it's soup. And the broth has like, it's like a, how do you say it? The broth, it's called broth, right? Like the soup
How'd
part,
you
like
make
the watery part. Well, I didn't. This is my first time making it, so I actually FaceTimed my mom because I was like, "Mommy, I don't know how to make pozole. Help me!" And she did. So I got pork, and you either get pork butt or pork shoulder. I personally got pork butt because it was boneless and I didn't want to have to deal with the bone. Which I know the bones can give it more flavor, like when you're making the broth, but I didn't want to deal with the bone, right? So I got pork butt, and then I sliced it into like 3 pieces because it's little me, right? And like the thing was ginormous. And then I put the thing to boil, the pork, in just water, and it was like boiling for 2 hours. And while it was boiling, I added like bay leaves and garlic, onion to the water. So I did that, and then it was like boiling for 2 hours, and that was making the actual like brothy part, right? And then once that was done like boiling, I took the meat out. And then, like, I fucking cut it up. Well, I didn't really cut it up. I actually shredded it because I wanted it to be shredded pork. And then I used the actual broth water that I made, like the now pork broth. And I used, like, that, like 2 cups of that. I put it in the blender. And then I put, like, chiles. I think it was, like, cumin, more garlic, more onion, salt. And what's it called? Consommé. What's the English word for consommé? Oscar?
Chicken bouillon.
Chicken bouillon.
Was it the red one or the yellow one that you put?
No. The consommé, not consommate.
That's why I was asking which one.
Yeah.
I know that consommé is the yellow one. Yeah,
I know
but you might be getting it wrong.
Oh. Anyways, and then I put that, and then I blended it, and it was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I sifted it so that like the seeds and the chunkier parts wouldn't go into the rest of the actual broth water, right? That I didn't use to like blend it. And then I was like, and it sifted, and then I mixed it, and then it was like red and delicious looking. And then I put the meat back in, and then I put the hominy in. Me personally, I don't like the hard hominy. Not that I don't like it. The hard hominy's fine, but I prefer the soft hominy.
Hard hominy's ass.
I think the soft hominy tastes better. Like, it's just better, right? And then I did that. And then, yeah. And then I forgot the bread. The bread is one... Okay. If you're Mexican or any kind of Hispanic, and you use tortilla instead of pan blanco, which is bread, to eat your menudo or pozole, you're a weirdo. You're not a weirdo. You just don't know better. You know what I mean? Like, it just tastes so much better with the bread. And then I like to like cut it, and then I butter it and I toast it. And then me personally, I like pull pieces, like it's like the bread, right? And it's like circle shape. I pull the inside of the bread and then I drop it in the soup, and then I like let it soak up, and then I scoop it up, and then I eat it with like other like meat hominy. And then I'll scoop hominy and fucking meat and the boy part, and then I put it back in the, like a little bread boat, and then I eat it like this. It's delicious. And that's what I did this weekend.
Usually when we're having conversations, I think I have a tendency to
Zone out.
no, like
Not pay attention.
no, that's zoning out, you idiot. Between us two, I have a tendency to like dominate conversations in the sense that like if I have something to say, I have to say it. Like I can't shut up and let you finish.
Yeah.
But then when I just leave you to just say whatever you want, I feel like you get stuck and you like start to like
say random shit.
I don't know what else to say anymore, and you kind of like have trouble going on just on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I like conversations. You know.
Anywho.
Anyways,
yeah, guys, Sofia made pozole this week.
Yeah. Here's a picture
She's
of it.
trying to be a real Mexican.
Guess what I'm gonna make today?
What?
Green spaghetti.
Oh, with the
you heard that right?
And shit.
With the poblano.
Yeah, that's not Mexican. She found that shit on TikTok.
It's Mexican.
It's one of those like videos where some white lady is like, let's make Mexican spaghetti, and then they make some shit that Mexicans have never eaten in their life.
No, it is Mexican because my Mexican as fuck friend brought it to a potluck one time when I was still in El Paso. Yo-ho! And that's actually how I first heard of it, and I tasted it. I was like, this shit's so good. Yo-ho! Anyways, I'm gonna
or like the Mexican street corn trend.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was so funny. It was so funny. Everybody was making Mexican street corn this, Mexican street corn that, when they literally weren't making Mexican street corn. Like, that's not the way you find corn out in the streets in Mexico. Or in Mexican communities.
How do you find corn out in the streets in Mexican communities?
First of all, they use the wrong kind of corn. And they put all that other bullshit in there. The only shit you'll find in Mexican communities are like elote and fucking elote en vaso.
I like elote. Elote's so good. I haven't had a good elote in so long. Maybe I'll make that next week.
I'm not a huge fan anymore.
Of elote?
No, I haven't been in a long time.
Oh, he's not a real Mexican, guys.
Oh my God.
Honor. No, oh my God. Speaking of being a real Mexican, I felt like a real Mexican. I was actually just telling Oscar this on because we were FaceTiming before we started recording. I'm gonna say it, and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah. Exactly like that, you know. But I feel like a real Mexican every time I need to spell chocolate. Cause like every time like I can't just like spell it, just saying like chocolate and then spell it. I always have to sound it out, but like in Spanish, so chocolate, because it's CHOOLA
when you were
TE, chocolate.
That's how Mexicans spell things. If you don't know any Mexicans, if you ask them how to spell something, they're just gonna say the word back to you slowly and hope you figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, they're gonna think you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but
when you were telling me about that,
uh-huh,
I started telling you about all the other shit. The point that I was gonna get to that I totally forgot about. I was asking my friends, like, do I sound very Mexican? Like, do I have a very typical Mexican accent? And then they were like, nah. Well, they were like, no, like, I can tell you're Mexican, but not because you have like, well, not only that, but they're like, but not because you have like a very stereotypical Mexican accent. He's like, it's the little things that like you'll pick up on, that they'll pick up on, that like, oh yeah, he's Mexican, like for real. And I was like what? Because then I was telling them about how we've had conversations about how we're from Texas, but we don't have Texan accents or typical Texan accents.
The most Texas thing about us is that we say y'all. And by we, I mean...
Yeah, that's the only thing. No, I say y'all.
You'll say y'all? Yeah.
That's the only thing that I think will give us away as Texans. But then in the same way, we don't have stereotypical Mexican accents. So then Sofia and I have discussed how we kind of wonder if people just hear our voice from place to place, like, would they be able to know what we are or where we're from? And then my friend was like, no, I can tell you're Mexican just from little things, like when you say your sister's name.
Sofia.
And I was like,
dude,
I'll say Sofia. I won't say Sophia.
Yes!
You know what I mean?
It's
And he
so
was like,
funny. We'll get back to that. Remind me back to my name. Keep going.
and he was like the way you say your sister's name. He's like, every time you say it, like you just say it properly, like, or he's like, or just other Spanish words, like you'll say them properly. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I never in my fucking life refer to myself or introduce myself as Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
I introduce myself as Oscar.
Oscar.
And if you call me Oscar, I kind of like I'm not bothered. Like if you make it a point to call me Oscar because that's my name,
it's like, no,
I'm kind of like, no, I'm kind of like, you're doing so much, bro. Just call me Oscar. Like, relax. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just now realizing that I don't have that rule for you and Celeste. Because I don't say Celeste.
But
I say Celeste.
I think that's more so to do with like our parents, though, because they call us Sofia
and Celeste, but they don't call me
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that it's more so with that. It's their fault. It's so funny.
So he was saying that like in regular conversation, he's like, no, you don't have a very Mexican. You don't say things in a very Mexican way. He's like, until it comes to like a Spanish word, then you'll say it properly. Yeah. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah. No, yeah. And our dad will say too, like, we don't speak Spanish, right? Like we know a couple things, but we don't, like, we're not fluent in it. But the words that we do know and the things that we do know, we know how to say it properly to where it sounds like we should know. It sounds like we should be like fluent in Spanish, you know? But back to my name, it's so funny because when I moved to Minnesota, right, and I work at a hospital, whenever I'll call out patients' names, right, I call out their names, they come up, and then I start walking them back to like the room, right, to do the exam. And I always introduce myself. I'm like, oh, my name's Sophia. Oh, my name's Sophia. It's nice to meet you. And 9 times out of 10, they say, what was your name? And I say, Sophia. And they're like, oh, Sophia. That's a pretty name. And they usually like repeat my name back to me. Not like in a bad way or anything, but just like making sure, like, did I catch your name type of thing. But every time they repeat it back, it's Sophia.
And you didn't like, how long did it take you to realize that the reason they kept not understanding your name is because you were saying it that way?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny too, because whenever I would answer phones, I'm like, this is Sophia from Ultrasound. How can I help you? And they're like, a lot of times, not every time, this happens less frequently than when they repeat it back to me, but a lot of times they'll be like, oh, hi, Cynthia. And then they like say, and they think my name's Cynthia. And I'm like, no, it's not Cynthia. It's Sophia. Ugh, I don't know. It's weird. But like, I always feel like it's weird because it's one of those things where like when people call out my name in work, they're like, hey, Sophia. And I'm just like, they're like, hey, what's up, whatever. I don't even think twice about it. But just the comparison of like, my name's Sophia, like, nice to meet you, and them repeating it back to me, like, you would think you would get used to it, but you don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's still like you still hear the difference.
Ew,
you know?
Sophia.
Not ill, just funny.
Who's that?
And it's also funny too, because like a lot of
is it like in Bob's Burgers where someone calls Tina Dina or some shit, and you're like, this is Dina.
Oh my god, no, it's not like that. But it feels like
that. Sophia.
It feels like that sometimes because they'll be like, oh, that's like, I've heard it several times. We're like, oh, that's a pretty name. Like, that's a pretty name. And it's funny because back home, it's like, I know.
No, nobody tell you that shit.
I know fucking like 5 other Sophias. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But here,
nobody's ever told you it's a pretty name.
Yeah, exactly. Until I moved up here.
I bet if you introduce yourself as Sophia, no one will tell you it's a pretty name.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to be like considerate of your ethnic roots and shit.
Nah, I don't think they give a fuck that much.
I think they do.
But
I think it's like a subconscious attempt to be welcoming or like tolerant, or you know what I mean? That sort of like, we're all friends here.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I like, there's, which you probably don't know because you're not on TikTok because you're kind of old. I'm being nice. You know? On TikTok, there's a trend where it's like, oh, like, or not anymore, but there was one where it was like, if his name starts with J, he's toxic as fuck. Like, don't get with him. And the girls one was if her name ends with like she's toxic as fuck. And like they were like in the comments they were like listing out names, and then someone put Sophia, and I'm like, Sophia doesn't end with and I got so offended, and I was like, and it's so funny because I didn't like it didn't click until I moved here, and then I'm like, oh, Sophia.
Okay, yes. I got several things to talk about.
Okay, are we gonna do the game? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I have it listed.
Let's do it.
Not now.
Okay.
Maybe later. Bro, I discovered an ick this week.
Oh, what
an
is
ick
your
of mine?
Ick? Of yours? Oh, I know. Like that. Ick you have, not an ick you do.
Yeah. Like if she does this, I'll get the ick.
Okay.
When a bitch can't ride a bike, ick.
What do you mean?
I was driving home. I went to go help someone record some shit. And I was driving back, and it was a long drive. And I was at a red light. And these girls were like crossing the street on their bikes. Not even like rented bikes, like their own bikes. And then like as they were getting to like the corner where you get back on the sidewalk on the little ramp thing, she was like struggling to like maneuver the bike and balance through the little thing. And she was a grown-ass woman, bro. And she was decently good looking. But she was like having a hard time with like doing this whole sort of thing. And I was like, dumb bitch who can't ride a bike. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, bro. Nah, you're the dumb bitch.
And I got the slightest bit of the ick. And I'm like, oh shit. I think I kind of get it, bro. Because it's like how to. And the thing is, we've talked about icks before, and I think icks are like, it mostly has to do with incompetence, right? So anything that renders you incompetent, it's just kind of like unattractive.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, I'm like, riding a bike is so easy. Everyone learns by the time they're like 5. And it's universally agreed that no one ever forgets how to ride a bike. And then you can't do it, and you're a grown-ass woman?
What if she was never taught? Like, what if she had a really shitty childhood and she never had a bike?
Bitch.
Yeah, and you're being mean to her. No. And this
Hold on, did we tell you about that?
Hold on, before we move off of the bike things, this is how I know Oscar's actually the stupid one. And he misses so many opportunities. You find someone
I'm not going to get out of my car.
You find someone who can't ride a bike, right? That's how you raise her up. Be like, here, baby girl, let me help you. And then you grab her waist and then you steer her. It's like when you're when you're golfing.
And then the bitch crashes and I fall on her.
Yeah.
When you're golfing.
Yeah, like when you're golfing and you fucking, but with riding a bike. Anyways,
Phoenix. He has a fuck boy. Anyways. Did we never told you about this?
Nah. If I was a man, it'd be over. I'd get all the bitch. Just kidding.
Oh, we haven't mentioned this. We went to Phoenix. Not me and Sophia. Me, my mom, and
our other sister.
My sister. We went to Phoenix to see the Jeff R. Curry comedy show, and it happened to be. Or I think Mom knew this actually. He was taping his first Netflix special. So when his Netflix special comes out, I was there.
He was there. The one laughing all stupid, that's him.
It was pretty fucking funny. So anyways, we were in Phoenix in general, and we were just like hanging out and catching up and this and that and whatever, talking, right? And then our cousin, she has a bunch of family from her mom's side that we're not related through, right? We're related to her from her dad. And so every now and then we'll be talking about this or that, and she'll just tell us stories about like, oh yeah, my uncle on my mom's side, my cousin on my mom's side, this, that, whatever. They had a family group chat, and one of like her nieces, her nephews, or cousins, or whoever on her mom's side, really young, she texted the group chat and she was like, hey guys, like, what would you say if you found out your friend was poor? And the girl's like 8 years old or like 7, like young, right? And then everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Would you find out your friend was poor? Like, what's poor? Like, how do you even know what poor is? Or like, why are you concerned with poor? Like, that's not what? Like, you have poor friends and rich friends in school. And this girl isn't particularly well off. You know what I mean? Like, she's a quote unquote normal kid. And so it's like, how is that even a concern of yours?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were like, they all started asking questions like, what the fuck, blah, 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 blah. And then they deduced that it like is a trend on TikTok or something. And we started talking about our cousin who's 6 years old, who also recently had a thing about being poor and whatever, and we know he's on TikTok and shit.
Yeah.
And so they kind of deduced that it was some fucking TikTok something that she's kind of isn't fully grasping.
Yeah.
And then they were like, they asked her, they're like, why? What would you say? They asked the little girl, what would you say if your friend was poor? And the little girl responds, I'd be like, ha, poor bitch. And they were all like,
appalled.
What the fuck are you talking about? And then they dove further into like, nah, like,
No.
hold on, we need to address
No,
this. Like,
no.
we need to get you off TikTok. We need to, whatever the fuck is
There
going
is
on
an
here.
issue.
We need to solve this, right?
Yeah.
But we were all laughing about it.
Bro,
Because it's funny.
bitch.
Like,
yeah.
and she was like, ah, poor bitch.
That's one of those where, like, when she's older, you tell her this story and it's funny then.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But, like, now it's like, it's one of those where, like, don't laugh. This is actually not funny in your developmental stage, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
but for the rest of us, it's hilarious.
it's hilarious.
So then we were making poor bitch jokes the rest of the weekend. Like every time it came around, or mom started telling them about how I used to say the broke people shit thing. Because before my mom became a realtor, she would do like fine for herself. Then she became a realtor, and then she started doing really well for herself, right? And so we started, like as a family, like started going out to eat more, or started going on vacations more, or started this more or that more or whatever. And my mom was very much like, yeah, even if I'm doing well, like I still can't afford to do this or can't afford to do that. And there was one time when we were complaining, we were like going back and forth about it. And then I was like, nah, it's because mom is the type to be rich and still do broke people shit. And then everybody started laughing, and they're like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like you can't be making $200,000 a year and not buy yourself new shoes when they're fucking tearing and like falling apart, right? And I'm like, that's the type of shit, like, if you can't afford it, okay, you can't afford it. That's where you're at in your life. I'm not going to judge you. But if you're just too fucking cheap to buy new shoes, or you just don't understand that having torn, fucked up shoes is not, like, ideal.
You're just being a gordo at that point. Like,
yeah, like, you're just being cheap, or you just have the wrong priorities at that point. And that's what I would call broke people shit. And then, but then it just kind of evolved into this other joke about just the random bullshit, like,
but then everything
just like, nah, I didn't want to buy
shit.
Yeah, like, broke people shit, where like then they would start making jokes about this or that or whatever. And so then we started talking about it when our cousin was telling us about her niece or whoever, and she was like, poor bitch. And then we started talking about like, oh, Oscar used to tell me this because of blah 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 blah. Or shit like, my mom's phone could be like, it's all broken. It's been broken for years. And it could be more broken. Like, it's the type of shit where like she'll have a phone and like the screen, like part of the screen could stop working. And she'll still just like, nah, it's fine. Like, I just do this. Yeah, like the other half's working. I'll just do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then it'll be fine. And so then it kind of became our like joking way of shaming her into treating herself better. Yeah, taking a better care of herself, of like, bro, you can afford a new phone. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is some bullshit. But anyways, I don't remember why I thought of poor bitch. What were we talking about? Because
you were talking about Phoenix, the comedy show.
No, because I was talking about the girl can't ride a bike, and then you were like, what if she never had a bike growing up?
You're never like, had a bike growing up. Shit.
And then I'm like, poor bitch.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'm just kidding though. If you never had a bike, I had a friend in high school who never had a bike growing up, and she got her first bike her Christmas of our senior year.
That's cute.
It was so funny. It was fucked up because like when I was in like 8th grade, I want to say it was. Mm-hmm. I was in the band, and then we were talking about Christmas, and then people were like, I think the director was like, oh, like, did anybody get anything, particularly cool or this or that? And then someone was like, oh, I got this. And everyone was like, oh, cool. Or someone was like, oh, I got, drum set, or like, oh, cool. Blah, blah, blah. And then this one dude, the one guy that played the flute in middle school, he raised his hand, and they were like, what's up? What did you get? And he was like, I got a bike.
Like super
and he was like excited. And we all started laughing at him, bro.
You fucking little assholes. I bet he still remembers that.
We didn't all start laughing, but like a lot of people started laughing. And we were like, what the fuck do you mean you got a bike? Or we were kind of like, we initially thought like, why are you excited about a bike? Like it's just a bike.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got a bike. And we were like, what the fuck? And we started laughing. And then he was like, I've never had one. And we were like, what the fuck? Like our stupid 12-year-old minds were fucking
Could not
blown. Comprehend it. But we were all like, what the fuck? And then he was like, yeah, I've never had a bike before. So like, and then we were like, you don't know how to ride a bike?
You guys are so mean. Fucking little
And we were so like, we were such middle school dickheads.
Yeah.
Where we were not grasping the like concept here, right?
Yeah. That's
anyways,
so mean.
For the rest of that year, that motherfucker was happy as fuck riding his bike to and from school, bro.
That's so cute. That's adorable.
It's so funny. So then, that was in like 8th grade. And then my senior year in high school, I was in calculus. I was just thinking about today, actually.
I don't know how he's doing. We both had the same calculus teacher.
Yeah. I was in calculus, and I was just chilling with my friends. And then it was like right after Christmas break. And then we were talking about like, oh, you know, I got this, I got that, whatever. And then my one friend, she was part of the wrestling team too. She was like, I didn't even ask her, or I didn't ask like that much, but she was like, she was the type of girl, like, she was so fucking goofy, and she was so cool because she was so goofy and like
soccer?
She was like
the one that was in soccer and the drum line.
No, I didn't have her for calculus.
Oh, okay.
This girl I had for class and for wrestling, so she was like like a friend from the other half of my life.
Gotcha.
I might have had her for several classes, but I had for calculus for sure. She was the type. She was like a fucking nerd, and she was kind of geeky. And she was like self-aware enough to know when she was kind of geeking out about something. You know what I mean? And so among her friends, even among her friends or even among me, she was like kind of like, yeah, like I like, and she would kind of like, I know it's kind of lame, but like I think it's cool, like that sort of thing. And so she was like, nah, I'm not ashamed of that. But anyways, and so then she was like, don't fucking smile at me like that.
I was trying to do it so that you didn't see, but when you're editing it, you would have seen it. You know what I mean?
Anyways,
I like doing that, making faces.
I'm not
certain things.
I don't have any shame. I don't have any shame about how much of a nerd I am.
I only have shame when you don't.
I keep dragging this story out, and it's gonna be hard to clip. Remind me about not being ashamed of being a nerd. Anyways.
Okay. Wait, but before you do that, I have something to say on broke people.
God damn it.
I know. I was waiting for you to finish.
Over. Well, I'm not done.
I know, but I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh, so after I say this, you're going to say that, and then I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
The nerd. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a friend my senior year in high school in calculus, and she got a bike for Christmas. And it was her first bike she ever had. Because we were in class, and we were talking about it, about Christmas in general, and like, oh, I got this, I got that, whatever. And then she was like all nervous and kind of embarrassed, but still excited. She was like, I got a bike. And she would do this like sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I remember the kid from 8th grade who got a bike for the first time, and we all fucking laughed at him in band.
So you're like, not this
is
time.
The type of thing. This is the type of thing where I was nice enough of a person to try and like not laugh in her face, as funny or weird or goofy as it may have been. And I was like, I immediately was like, holy shit, this girl's genuinely excited about this bike. And I was like, it's probably the first one she's ever had. I'm not going to be a dickhead and laugh in her face, right?
And did the rest of the class laugh?
No, it was a conversation between us. It wasn't, we were talking.
Okay.
It wasn't everyone.
You're like, I learned from last time.
And she was like, I got a bike. And she was like, and I was like, is it the first bike you've ever had? And she was like, uh-huh. And she was still excited. And I was like, do you know how to ride it? And she was like, nope.
And she's all like excited.
But she at that point she flipped to this like nervous thing where I was like, is it the first bike you've ever had? She was like, uh-huh. And I was like, do you know how to ride it? And she was like, no idea. I'm kind of scared actually, but you know, I think it'll be okay. It was so funny. And then like a few weeks later, I was driving home, and she lived in the same neighborhood as me.
Did you see her riding the bike?
A few weeks later, I was driving home, but I wasn't taking East Lake. I wasn't taking the main road. I was going through like the neighborhood through Emerald Pass. I was driving home, and I saw someone on their bike fucking going in the same direction. And then as I passed by, I realized it was her.
It was her. Did you roll down the window?
And then I rolled down the window, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm riding my bike."
Aww.
And then I was like, there was some bullshit where it was like, I was like, how's it going? Or like, you learned? She's like, yeah, I learned. She's like, I don't know how to stop yet, but I have a long way to go.
She's like, that's a problem for when I get to my house. That's so fucking funny. Was she wearing a helmet?
No, she wasn't wearing a helmet. She wasn't going home. Actually, now that I think about it, she might have lived closer to the school. I don't know. But on that occasion, she was riding her bike to work.
Oh.
And so it was before they had finished the road that connected Enzer to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
You know how it was dirt and people would walk through there?
Yeah.
It was before they did that. So then she rode her bike through that, and I went through the neighborhood, and I popped back out by Enzer. And then I met up with her again.
Yeah.
And then I was like, she was like,
I forget that wasn't like road, you know?
Yeah. And then she was like, we were just talking about it. I was like, where are you going? She was like, I'm going to work. And I was like, where do you work? And she was like, at the Chinese place by the Vista Market, whatever.
Oh.
And then I was like, all right, let's go this way. Like, cause I was going home. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I don't know how to go through here. And I was like, it'll be fine. Just follow me. And then we went, and then I took her all the way to like, you know, the road. If you start going to when you started running for Crossman, you know how you go through the neighborhood, and then there's that one road where like if you go this way and turn, you'll go to the Vista, and if you go that way, you'll go to the park.
Yeah.
We got to that road, and then I was like, just go down that way, and then when you hit the end, turn to the right, and then it'll be there. And she's like, okay. And then I was like, let me know if you get lost. And she was like, I will. but she was always like nervous, like.
Yeah.
And then I saw her the next day at school, and I was like, did you make it? And she was like, I made it. It was so funny.
That is funny.
She was so funny because she would get like excited for stupid shit like that. Or like excited, but also like understand that it was kind of dorky to be excited about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's such a like wholesome.
Bro, you know? I forgot. We all started laughing at him in 8th grade. That was so fucked up.
Fucking assholes.
We're such dickheads, right?
You are. Okay, now speaking of being
Anyways,
poor,
if you're grown... And if you're a grown-ass woman and you can't ride a bike, ick. You know what else is an ick for grown women? Is they don't know how to run. Like if they run, but they run all like wonky and shit.
Okay, real quick.
Ick.
Tell me how I run.
No. I don't like the way you run either. I know how you run. I don't like it.
Hold on. My apartment's small, so I can't really rev up the way I normally would, you know? You ready?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Why are we running? Come here. And look, this is me running if there's a fire and I have to save Cyrus.
Oh my god, you look fucking stupid.
I know. Those last ones I'm pretty sure I do. So do I run cool or what?
No.
Damn, I'm out of shape. I'm tired.
Yeah, I know.
That I'm tired or that I'm out of shape?
Both.
Okay, anyways. Speaking of being poor, I have a story. I didn't realize that we were broke growing up.
We weren't broke.
Not broke. There was a stretch of time where we were a little poor. A little bit. You know what I mean?
Not poor. Just kidding. I don't know.
I'm like, I don't know what else you want to call it.
We have food stamps.
We have food stamps, right? We were never like... Anyways, I didn't realize we were broke growing up, right? Or like, maybe not broke, but like not well off, right?
Yeah.
And so there's certain things, like I vividly remember, there's this one certain thing where I vividly remember as a kid, and I didn't start thinking of it different until I was like grown. You know what I mean? But do you remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will in a second. You remember how we would eat like potato flatas or potato tacos or potato enchiladas like all the time, right? Because meat was expensive. And like
potatoes are dirt cheap.
Potatoes are dirt cheap, right? I fucking love potato enchiladas. I fucking love, like, it's so good. Have you ever had potato flautas? That shit's fucking fire. It will change your life. You know what I mean? It's so good. I remember one time, like I vividly remember because we would have those meals, right? And then one time it had meat in it, like just like a regular like flauta or potato. And I can't remember exactly what dish it was. I think it might have been like enchiladas or something like that. But it had meat in it. And then I was just like, and I remember looking at mom and asking her, like, where's the potato?
What is this?
Yeah, like I was like, where's the potato? And she was just like, no, like eat this. And I was like, no. I didn't say no.
Like, I want my taters.
I was just like, but I remember being like genuinely like,
what's wrong?
What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't like that. I thought it was like like, you know, there's green enchiladas and red enchiladas, you know. I thought there were potato enchiladas, cheese enchiladas, chicken enchiladas, you know. And every now and then I'll think back to that because I do remember mom kind of looked like upset, which is why I didn't keep pressing it. And I thought she was just upset because, like, you know, I wasn't doing what she wanted me to. And I was just like, freaking, like, whatever. Now, I'm like, damn. I wonder if she was just like, it's been so long.
You know how proud I was to
get
non-potato shit?
And I was just like, give me my
bitch.
potatoes. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'll think back to that story every now and then. And I'm just like, it's kind of funny. Like, it's funny. No, but it's good. Like, they're good.
Dickhead.
I know. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you.
Anyways.
And I love your potato enchiladas and potato flautas and potato tacos. They're delicious.
I think I'm a way bigger nerd than people realize. Like,
oh, I thought you were going to say then you realize. And I was like, the fuck do you mean?
Well, actually, maybe even that.
He's a big
No,
nerd.
yeah, I might be a bigger nerd than I realize because I
ask Oscar questions the way I ask Google questions, you know?
And then like I'll have conversations. I have conversations with my friends, and then we'll be talking about this or that, and then I'll start talking about this, and then they're like, "How the fuck do you know this?" That? And I'm like, "How do you not? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not like how do you know anything? Like, you just learn stuff, no? Like, and you just acquire knowledge over time. Like, you just forget it? Like, what do you mean?" So, and that keeps happening with the homies that I've been hanging out with.
You should tell them how I'll just ask you questions, like, and then I get disappointed when you don't know.
Nah, but then I think about it for a second, and I'm like, man, these guys don't even know how much other shit I know. / am like have been interested in or tried my hand at different points in time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do they know that you know how to ride a unicycle?
No, they don't know
Oscar
about the Rubik's Cube. They don't know about the unicycle.
Wanted to.
They don't know about like all the macros and shit that I know how to build on Excel. They don't know about a bunch of shit. And so then there was also a time where mom's told me before that like she was telling her boss lady from her broker, because the broker was like, oh, Oscar knows how to do this or that, or kind of like what? And mom was like, Oscar is the biggest fucking nerd you would never know is a nerd. And then I think about it and I'm like, because I think I kind of make a bit of a conscious effort to not come off as a nerd. Not because I'm like ashamed of it, but because I'm like, coming off as a nerd, I think is a bad thing in the sense of like, if you're coming off as a nerd, it's because you're coming off as like a know-it-all. And being a know-it-all is annoying. Or you're coming off as like being condescending, where like you'll call people dumb every time they do something wrong. And like, that's also rude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, those are the things that I think of when I think of coming off as a nerd. And like, I don't do any of that. Or like people that refuse.
Nerd, like you're saying, if you're a nerd, that's something that has to be slowly realized, not known right off the bat, right?
It doesn't have to be slowly realized, but they're just good.
No, but I feel like
there are better and worse ways about going about it. So like, if you're like the grammar police, you're a grammar cop because you're a nerd, but executing that is being an asshole.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Correcting like, me when I say things wrong, Oscar.
Yeah, but you're my sister and you need to do better.
What was it?
You know what I mean? Earlier? Like, if you refuse to use slang, if you refuse to cuss because it's like less than, you know what I mean, or it's not the most proper upright grammar, then you're a fucking nerd in like a way where it's like you're kind of an asshole and kind of a loser. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So in those ways, I kind of make a conscious effort to like, not only to not come off as a nerd, but to genuinely not care. Like I don't really have a problem with slang. You know what I mean? And I don't really have a problem with cussing, and I don't really have a problem with this or that. So, anyways,
Oscar's a nerd is the point.
Yeah, big time.
And I bet he knows how a remote control works.
Why the fuck are you talking about remote controls?
Because I saw you holding up a remote control. And I'm like,
I had already picked it up.
Yeah. I was like, I bet he could like tell you why when you press the buttons, like what electronicness goes on underneath to make it show up on the TV. Do you? Can you?
No, actually.
Every time
I'm sure if I look it up, I would understand it very quickly. But I haven't looked it up.
I bet you next week episode, if I were to ask him,
about that.
He would know.
I was thinking about that actually because on the same drive where I saw the girl that can't ride a bike, I was looking at I was just driving through the neighborhoods and then I saw a tree and then I was like, I wonder what kind of tree that is. And I wonder what makes it different from the other trees. And I wonder how you can tell that this is this kind of tree. And then I was looking at a fire hydrant and I was like, I wonder how it works. Or like, where does all the water go? And like, how is it so pressurized? And like, how do they hook it up to the hose? And this and that. And then I saw a couple things. And then I was like, see, like for a long time in my youth, I think I was accused of being like, I was a bit of a grammar cop. But to me, it was always also like funny. Like if you said something wrong and then I corrected you and then you got bothered, that was funny to me because I'm like, well, if you weren't the idiot that said it wrong, I wouldn't have corrected you in the first place. So it's actually like your fault that we're here.
Like, so itch it?
Yeah. No, yeah, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I was kind of like, I was being a grammar cop to be annoying, to piss you off because I found
he was rage baiting you, basically. But
kind of, yeah, rage baiting.
He was rage baiting you, but like in an elite manner because like he's so smart, he can do it in this way. And not just bothering you. Yeah,
like I don't have to be an idiot, you know? And then I don't know that I've ever been accused of being a know-it-all. I've been accused of being like I always have to be right type of guy.
Yeah.
Which I've long disagreed with, but
those accusations still stand.
So there's a lot of shit where Sophia will ask me like, oh, how does this work? How does that work? What's this? What's that? What's blah, 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 blah. And then as I get to know some of my friends, one of them has told me, he's like, bro, why the fuck do you know how to do this? Or like, how do you know how to do that shit? Or like, why do you know how to do this or whatever? And I was thinking about it and I was like, I know that it's not because I'm a know-it-all and it's not because I'm like just a dickhead that wants to feel like I'm better than everybody. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I finally figured out how to like phrase it, I guess, or how to put it. If people ask me like, why do you know this? Why do you know that? Why do you learn about this or that or whatever? I see it as like understanding the world around me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people would see the remote and they kind of don't care how it works. And if they tried to learn, they'd be like, I don't care enough about this to know, figure this out. But to me, if I see the remote and I look into exactly how it works, then I never like see the remote the same again after that. I just understand it in a way and to an extent. Like there's just a depth of knowledge. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just looking at the remote. I'm looking at everything that it is and how it works.
Yeah. It's like looking at a stranger versus looking at someone you know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's not just
but with the world.
But with the world. It's so funny
that's how I feel like when I look at cars, or if I was to become like a real, botanical nerd and like know all these different plants and trees and this and that.
Yeah.
It's not just about like fucking knowing everything. It's about being able to look at everything and being like, oh, that's what this is, and this is how it works, and this is why it's in this environment, and it's just understanding what you're looking at as opposed to just like stick with leaves, you know?
I think you'd like sonography, actually. But no, it's so funny that you're explaining it that way because it just proves the way I was gonna explain it earlier. Because you know how earlier I was like, Oscar's like, but then you said something and then I prompted you to keep saying what you were saying. What I was gonna say is the way I would explain, or maybe I'll word it this way actually. The way I would explain how Oscar knows everything, like why he knows everything, I would say Oscar's like a toddler, okay? When you're a toddler, when you're a kid, you're exploring the world and like you don't know anything, right? Like everything's new, everything's something to be explored. And then as you grow older, you know things, and that curiosity, that like kind of wonder of the world is like not quite the
fading.
Same, right? It's gone, right? Because you know. Oscar's curiosity, wonder for the world never faded. He's like an adult toddler still being like, oh, what's this?
What's this?
What's this? And then he learns. And that's how I would explain it. So when you were saying all of that, I was just I'm so right. Like,
I don't know if that's a nicer or ruder way of putting it, but
I like it.
I like it too, actually.
I'm going to ask you next episode. Look how he keeps looking at the remote. Now he's wondering, how the fuck does this shit work?
Nuh-uh.
I'm going to ask him next episode, and you better know. It's expected of you now.
Okay, what do we do now? I have a couple of
things here. I say let's try the game for the rest of the episode, because we already have like a good amount of.
But I did want to mention something about the Winter Olympics, because it is time relevant, and I did kind of have something to say.
I like seeing her piercing, Alyssa. It feels so
I didn't
Gen
actually
Z.
want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about the Winter Olympics. I actually wanted to talk about Alyssa Liu.
We're connected at the brain, bruh.
Right.
In fact, that was the first thing I said. Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about the like kind of mental health / sports psychology revolution that she
is bringing to the sport.
Kind of maybe ushering, just bringing to sports in general.
Yeah.
Where people are talking about, you know how Kobe Bryant has the whole Mamba mentality thing? People are talking about how this like might be the beginning of the death of the Mamba mentality, and her philosophy on it might just start taking over of like, this is the way to go about it, where she's and it's weird because people are calling it like fun maxing, they're calling it this, they're calling it that. In my head, it's just being passionate about what you're doing.
Like
that's literally all it is.
Putting the pressure on yourself for it. Like,
well, passion doesn't. Pressure isn't inherent to passion.
And I feel like a lot of the times when you think of it, like the two interlock.
They go hand in.
You know what I
mean?
Yeah,
they go hand in hand. Like you think that hard work requires pressure, it requires stress, it requires this, it requires that. But to me, what she does is just pure passion. And like she is a really great example of why I've said before, I don't know if I've told you, I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, I don't like a lot of performers. I don't like a lot of singers, a lot of like singers, especially like at concerts. I don't like most of their concerts. I think most of them suck at performing. And I've said before, I don't like watching actors sing because I always feel like they're acting. Where when they say this lyric of the song, they smile because that's the lyric where you smile. Or they make a sad face because that's the sad part of the song. Not because they're actually fucking invested in the moment and feeling the emotions, whatever emotions come to them with the lyrics, you know, and with the music. And Alyssa is a great example of what I think it should be, where when you see her smile in the performance,
it's because
she's not smiling because because she's supposed to smile at that part. She's not smiling because that's what you do when you do this and that. She's smiling because she fucking means it.
I was about to say, to a certain extent, she's not even performing. She's just being. Like, she's just
exactly.
And,
Exactly. And in my mind, that's the argument that we've had before. I'm like, that's what makes it a performance. Is not the spectacle. It's not the narrative. It's not selling it. Performing is being. It's existing in the expression. You know what I mean? Anyways, she's doing a great job.
I think she's doing excellent.
Of getting that idea and philosophy across.
And the thing is, it's so funny that you say that, because even like I feel like things don't typically just like boom, this one incident occurred and now things are changed forever, right? But it's funny when you kind of think back to it, because like Simone Biles, she took a break for her mental health, and even then like in the other Olympics, right? And that was like something that was just kind of like unheard of. Like, what? Like, you're not going to do this big world thing because of your, you know what I mean? So like kind of putting that prioritize, like, no, you got to put you first. Now added with, like put you first and like do it because you love to do it, not because you have to do it. You know what I mean? So I think it's definitely been something that's like been like, it's starting to, but like I feel like with Alyssa in particular, like it's like, because it's not only saying things like you should put yourself first, you should do this. It's actively showing, as you put yourself first, as you take your break, because she didn't want to be so controlled anymore, and just doing something that she loves because she loves it and because it's fun and because she has passion, and still fucking winning gold, just showing that it is possible to do all that and still get that shit. Crazy. So cool. And I love watching her performances. It's so fun.
I haven't watched them, but I've seen like little clips.
No, they're good. I like them. Like, she's good. Like, you could just feel it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, that's what happens when you fucking perform. When you're actually in it. You know what I mean? When you're actually kind of operating off pure passion.
Yeah.
And again, when you're not making the face because that's the face you're supposed to make. When you're not doing this because that, you know what I mean? When you're not following this sort of like script or narrative, when you're really just in the expression of it, that's just what happens. You can't even really describe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. She's just
anyway,
a bad bitch.
Shout out to Alyssa.
You doing great, Bubba girl. And I like your hair. I like how I say it like she's actually going to see this. But anyways, maybe she will. Okay, guys.
Isn't it interesting how the Olympics, from what I've seen lately, the Olympics are the only thing that like still launch you into stardom the way a bunch of other things used to. Mm-hmm. Like, I had a friend from the gym. He had like 30-something thousand followers on Instagram, and he was on The Voice, like the TV show. And he still has 30-something thousand followers. And I'm not trying to like diss him in any sort of way, but in my head, like, I don't understand. You would think
like, it would be more.
How do you not get launched into like, you have this exposure on such a major platform and this and that and whatever? Like, and again, it was like me and my friends have been talking about how much social media has changed in the last 10 years. 10 years ago, you would have had a shitload of followers. It would have launched you like, you would have had way more. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how are you on? And I could kind of get it if you were like on one episode and then you got eliminated and then this or that. He was on several episodes, like extended period of time. And it didn't
it's the whole influencer thing. Like, it's just changed.
Yeah, the way. It didn't.
And that's like the thing. I was gonna say that's the thing with artists too. Like, before, like, you'd have to get like just the breakaway of it. It's so much easier to get that breakaway because of social media. Like, it's almost to a point where it's like, no, like, if you want to be like famous as a fucking up and coming artist, you have to put your shit out on social media. Like, you have to like do that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like almost less about like, not less, because I'm sure there's still a lot that goes into it, but a little bit, it's almost less about like which studio you sign on to and more of the people like you, you know?
Exactly. And so that type of shit where like,
is kind of what you were saying. Though, like,
the Olympics are the only thing that I still see that will like launch you into stardom like that. Where like he was on The Voice and he still, maybe he's gained like a few thousand, but he hasn't like blown up since being on there. Yeah. And again, that's not at all a knock to him. To me, that's a knock to just where culture is right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like me and my friends were talking about how much social media has changed and how much harder it is to like make it and this and that, or like how a lot of the big content creators, it's just fucking brain rot and it's just fucking stupid little bits that they run over and over again for fucking 12-year-olds watching in their mom's fucking house. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so like fucking dumb. And then we saw a vlog with Steve Will Do It. And Steve was like a huge YouTuber a few years ago, and he's still kind of big right now. Like, he has like a big following. And there were a couple people coming out in his video, and I was talking about like, bro, 10 fucking years ago, having this small 2-minute segment in this big of a YouTuber's video would have like made your fucking social media career. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I bet this guy who's coming out in this video right now, having this segment, maybe like 5,000 to his following. You know what I mean? So like, there's so many things like that where like collaborating with a big YouTuber isn't the fucking lottery ticket. It's not the lottery ticket it used to be. Fucking being on a TV show isn't the lottery ticket it used to be. I think even going viral isn't the lottery ticket it used to be, because we've had videos that got millions of views and we don't have millions of followers. You know what I mean? Like, or I've seen a lot of people posting about like, I posted this video and I got 29 million views in the last 30 days and I gained like 3,000 followers. Like, where the fuck did those 29 million people go? You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting to me how like, it's interesting because a lot of people have this beef with influencers because they're like useless celebrities, quote unquote, in the sense that like they're not actors, they're not musicians, they're not athletes, they're not this, they're not that, they're not traditional celebrities in the sense of like you have world-class skill at this one thing, and that's why you're rich and famous. A lot of influencers are mediocre in a lot of ways, and they're still rich and famous, and it's like, why? You know what I mean?
Because they're entertaining.
And so, No, but like even then, a lot of people don't consider him to be entertaining. Like they're like, you're not even funny, you're not even like clever, you're not even interesting, you're not even this, you're not even that. How the fuck do you have this following, right? And it's interesting because they have a point. Like there are a lot of fucking influencers that aren't particularly good at anything, and they still manage to have this huge following and this huge like income. And it seems to me like the Olympics are the only thing left where just being good at what you do is launching you in a way that nothing else is anymore. You know what I mean? Like there's so many talented artists that don't have a career despite being talented. Or there's so many good actors that can't get into the industry for a million other reasons despite being a good actor. You know what I mean? And
But
it's the
this one
only
is
thing that's
still-
like, it's the only thing like on the opposite end of it where it's like Olympians are the only examples of like really, really skilled, really, really talented people that are getting the fucking launch that you would think people deserve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I kind of don't understand why. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, it makes sense, but why are they the exception over everything else? You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's interesting to me.
It's just kind of funny how that works, I think. But
Right.
whatchamacallit?
We could try the game now if you want.
We're gonna try the game. All right, guys. There's a game that we're gonna try. Oscar thinks I can't do it. I think I probably can do it if I try hard enough. Am I willing to try hard enough? You'll find out. So the game is we count to 10, right? I'll say 1. Oscar says 2. We could keep going back and forth until 10. Once we finish that first round, one of us will switch out a word. We'll decide who goes first. Whoever starts with 1 will go first, and it doesn't have to change 1. But they change just one of the numbers to a word. So like we'll say like 3 for tree, right? So then I go 1, 2, tree, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you keep doing that until all of the numbers are words.
But you have to remember the words. But you have to
remember the words.
The challenge is to successfully remember what each of the numbers have been turned into and to count all the way through it.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to be able to do this.
We're going to try a couple times. Okay, cool. Oscar, you go first. Therefore, during the second round, you change whatever number first. Okay?
1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10.
4 is bottle.
You're already fucking it up.
What?
So, okay, 4 can still be bottle, but next time, so you went 1, 2, 3, we went the back and forth, then you just go 1, 2, 3, bottle, 5, 6. So don't announce. Or do you announce it?
No, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm already fucking it up.
Because that's how I have the ability to change your words.
Okay, I see. 4 is okay. I see. 4 is bottle.
Dumbass, I'm gonna cut all that out. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
4 is bottle. 1,
2,
3,
bottle.
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10.
Now you change one, no?
3 is lady.
1,
2,
lady.
Bottle.
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10.
7 is spoon. 1,
Okay. 2,
lady.
bottle.
5,
6,
spoon. Fuck, I didn't even realize I gave it to myself. 9.
10. This is fun. I'm having fun. 1 is Lightning McQueen.
So annoying. Why are you changing it from... Okay, Lightning McQueen.
2.
Lady.
Bottle.
5.
6.
Spoon.
7.
And not, 7 is spoon. You're supposed to say 8.
I fucked it up. 8.
So do we start over or do we just keep going?
I just keep going. 8.
Okay. 9.
10.
Like 2. 2 is lantern.
Okay.
Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Lady.
Bottle.
5.
6.
Spoon.
8.
9.
10. Okay. Which numbers do we have left? We'll say
idiot.
I know. We'll say 10 is Academy.
Okay. Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Lady.
Bottle.
5.
6.
Spoon.
8.
9.
Academy.
This is so fucking stupid.
It's fine. Go.
6 is gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Lady.
Bottle.
5.
Gauntlet.
Spoon.
8.
9.
Academy. Okay. Now, what do we have?
Okay, this
left?
is easier than I thought it was gonna
know!
be. Like, this is
You're
boring.
Okay. It's because you're choosing boring words.
We have to use words though. I don't want to use noises.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. We still need what? 5, 6, 8,
8
9?
and 9.
5,
Yeah.
6, 8,
No, we
9.
need 5, 8, and 9.
Oh yeah, because 6 is gauntlet. 5 is gonna be sourdough.
Okay. Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Lady.
Bottle.
You said 5? Sourdough.
Gauntlet.
Spoon.
8.
9.
Academy. Okay, pick a word. Pick a fun word.
8 is pussy.
Okay.
Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Bottle. I mean, lady.
Bottle.
Sourdough.
Gauntlet.
Spoon.
Fuck, did you say 8 or 9? Pussy. Was I right? It was 9?
9.
Fuck. Oh.
No,
Academy.
no, yeah,
Academy. Okay, cool. Okay, are you ready for 9?
You just have
the
9
last
left.
one?
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Lightning McQueen.
Lantern.
Lady.
Bottle.
Sourdough.
Gauntlet.
Spoon.
Pussy.
Worcestershire.
Academy. Did I say it wrong?
This is so dumb, bro.
Let's okay, now that we have
this is so easy.
now that we know what it is, now that we have it locked and loaded, let's try it one more time. But let's just try to use like hard words. Like this is the hard level. Yeah?
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna regret saying this. That's okay. I'm starting this time. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9.
10.
Okay. We're gonna have 6 be manacled.
What?
Manacled. Am I saying it right?
Manigold?
Manacled. MANACLED.
I have no idea what that is.
Let me look it up, make sure it's a word.
The title of your book or what?
Yeah. Cold.
CLED. Manacled.
Death. Yeah. Better.
Ew, it's a Harry Potter fan fiction?
Yeah. It's not my book, but it's something that's like popping off.
Okay.
Manacled.
You said 2?
No, 6.
6?
6 is manacled.
Manacled.
Mhm.
Okay. Go.
Ready? 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
manacled.
7,
8,
9.
10. 9.
No! He has a face.
9. It's chicken parmesan.
Fuck me! Okay, 9 chicken parmesan. I can do that. That's easy. 1.
Guess what I'm gonna do for the rest of them?
No! 1. Go.
2,
3,
4,
5,
manacled.
7.
8.
Chicken parmesan. I said it right?
10.
Okay, now we're gonna have, let's see, what's a hard word? Okay. We're gonna have 3 be adenoma.
Adenoma. Stop using book titles, you dickhead.
That's not a book title, it's a medical term. Anyways, adenoma.
Liar.
3,
Okay, go.
adenoma. Okay, 1.
2.
Wait, did I say 3? Or did I say 2?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Idiot,
3.
you assigned it to
Adenoma.
yourself.
Yeah, adenoma.
4.
5,
Manacled.
7.
8.
Chicken parmesan.
10.
Okay. It's like
Okay.
it's something
I'm
to
trying to
show.
think of another thing that you fuck up. What's another one that you fuck up?
I'm not gonna tell you shit.
Oh.
Fuck, what?
7. 7.
7.
It's chicken breast.
Ha 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 ha. You're so funny. 1.
2,
Adenoma.
4,
5.
manacled,
Chicken breast.
8,
Chicken parmesan. It's just chicken.
10,
Okay.
10.
Okay. 2 is gonna be fergalicious.
Okay.
Okay. 1.
Fergalicious.
Adenoma.
4,
5.
manacled,
Chicken breast.
8,
Chicken parmesan.
10.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other pair words that you're gonna fuck up.
No. I'm so smart. I never fuck up anything.
Let's do.
Fergalicious.
You're 1, right?
Mhm.
5 is last for best.
5 is last for best. Last for best. Okay. 1.
Fergalicious.
Adenoma.
4,
Last for best.
manacled.
Chicken breast.
8,
Chicken parmesan.
10.
Okay. We're gonna make Mentarianism is gonna be. We haven't done 4 yet, right? Yeah, 4. 4 is Mentarianism.
Mentarianism.
1.
Fergalicious.
Adenoma.
Mentarianism.
Last for best.
Manacled.
Chicken breast.
8,
Chicken parmesan.
10.
Ah! Okay. Can't get me.
I fucked up putting them right next to each other.
Yeah, you did. It would have gotten me. Now I feel like I'm actually starting to know which one's first. I know what word I'm gonna use next.
Oh, I have to pick, huh?
Yeah.
1 is manowar.
Manowar. Manowar.
Fergalicious.
Adenoma.
Mentarianism. What the fuck was it?
Yeah, you said it right. Best for last. Well, no! Last for best? Fuck. Whatever. We're pushing.
Manacled.
Chicken breast.
8,
Chicken parmesan.
10.
Okay. Now, 8 is gonna be pseudoaneurysm. Okay.
Okay.
I already forgot one. Fuck!
Yep.
Manitar. Fuck. Man is something, man. Manamoma? Manalicious? Okay, I think that's it for this episode, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.